Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we are. Give me a second. Give me a second. Thought I was totally set up, and not quite. Okay, cool. Okay, okay. Okay, we good, we good. Oh, goodness. Hopefully everybody can see me now. Afternoon, afternoon, afternoon. I want to talk about this whole thing. Um, this whole thing with um, this chick. So the chick's supposed to be some sort of pop singer. I never heard of the chick. Okay, but the chick to me gives uh complete three or four vibes or whatever, and basically it's a one night stand that went south. That's basically all it is. Oh, let me get some light in here. Okay, there we go. Basically, what happened was homeboy had a one night stand with this chick, and basically went south. I mean, that's what I'm getting. It's a whole bunch of lies going on. This, that, and the third. Anyways, we're gonna get on into it. Um, Shout out to what's his brother's name? Shout out to True Crime with Strategic Eyes. It's the name of this channel. And with that being said, let's get it.
Welcome to True Crime with Strategic Eyes.
Strategic back again. Alright, so there's a YouTuber that I've been following for quite a while. I really have watched his show grow. Very proud of him as a black man. This guy is really, really good at what he does. He does these mini breakdowns, and it's called The Family TV. So I've been a fan and a viewer for a long time. I've never reacted to any of his shows, but I watched the first 3 minutes of this video, and I felt I had to react to it for two reasons. Number one, there are allegations of SA in this video. A lot of times he covers smurdering and stuff that happens in urban communities. All right, but this was up my alley. There's SA in this one. Number two, there are allegations of false allegations. I don't know if they're true allegations or not. I know that the
A whole
subject
bunch of
emphatically denies
allegations
that he
going
did what
on.
he's being accused of. And I want to talk about that because that is something that's rarely spoken about out here. That there are a lot of false allegations that are made when you're in the realm of investigating X crimes, right? And lastly, the presenter, he shared some personal things about his interaction with law enforcement, where he came close many times to possibly being incarcerated for things that he says he did not do. And I just felt like I wanted to share that story, let him speak his own words, because look at him now. You know, this is a successful guy with a successful YouTube channel, you know, and he's also giving back to the world by covering these stories and giving the light of day
Right.
to some very dark things that occur in the darkness, right? So, big shout out to the Family TV, which is a very successful channel. They're approaching 500,000 subscribers. Hashtag goals. One day we'll join you, man. We'll definitely be up there in our fan base as well. But we're gonna react to this, and I'm gonna react to it from a experienced SA detective's point of view. So thanks for everybody who's joining me today. I know this is an impromptu live. I just wanted to sneak this one in before I went to work. And definitely, I want to show some love to you guys. So when we go into this, if in fact he proves to us that these are false allegations, which I don't think that's not what he does. He doesn't tell you what to think. That's one thing I like about his channel. I'm an opinion channel. I tell you my opinion, but he kind of just relays the facts just the way they are and leaves you to figure it out. But from my experience, I want to let you know there's a few types of false allegations. Listen, the vast majority of the cases we get are people who legitimately believe that something happened to them, all right? And those aren't false allegations. People believe that. But when we do get the people who are making false allegations, it usually comes in a few varieties. And the number one is the person who believes something happened to them, but they just don't know that it happened. Those are usually what those blackout drunk cases where they wake up the next morning and they think something happened to them, but there's no proof that anything happened. And we got to figure it out. The other one are people who are retaliating against somebody who's probably doing something bad to them. Maybe they're in a DV relationship or something like that. And they're like, well, you know what? I want to hurt this person like how this person hurts me. And they say that something happened and didn't happen. The next one is just flat out false allegations where the person's like, you know, this happened to me, even though it didn't. I've rarely had those, or like somebody who's malicious. Most of the time, it's a mentally ill person that will flat out say it didn't happen. And I've had it a few times where
Oh,
it
what up,
was
G
just a
Honda?
person who wanted more attention from a boyfriend, and so then they made these allegations. So you know, those are usually the varieties that we get in this business of investigating SA. But anyway, we're
Right.
going to jump into this to the Family TV, and this is involving a well-known New York streamer
Hold on.
and
Let me put on my
some
mic.
sort of celebrity R&B singer. I'm not sure who these folks are. I only watched the first 3 minutes and said, you know what, let's bring it to the forefront and react to it. All right, and we'll definitely make sure that we put the
I
link to
gotta
the
start
Family
using my
TV
mic more
in the
anyway.
chat and in the description so you can go and watch it without my commentary. Let's jump into this.
Nobody wins when the family feels. It's my firstborn, right? Yes. My firstborn, your firstborn. Right, I love you, brother. It's my sister
Get this mic on.
So many mean comments, so many mean videos, and it's like such a slap in the face that I will not ever personally come on here and tell anybody anything going on with me, ever.
Now you're trying to set me up. Now you're trying to get money out of me. Now I'm really, I'm concerned. Like, damn, I'm not giving this girl nothing. NCAA, nothing's coming at all. You're not getting 2,000 out of me. I didn't pay that 2,000. I did not pay that 2,000. No, you're not getting nothing.
We just saw the alleged victim. She spoke and she was talking about, you know, the emotional turmoil that she's feeling coming forward with her allegations and the response of the community to it, not believing her and making her feel that it's not safe for her to speak about being a victim of SA. And now we have the subject of the case who's basically emphatically saying, I didn't do this and it's a shakedown, I'm being extorted and I'm not paying any money. Let's keep going.
NCAA, nothing's coming at all.
Man, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all, man. This month been heavy. You're talking about the holidays, between building out the studio, preparing for next year with the platform to give you guys a schedule like Law and Crime, and still trying to bring you guys newsworthy content as we close out this year and step into a new chapter. Man, it's been non-stop. But when this story crossed my desk, it hit different. And I want to be transparent with y'all. This is one of those rare times when my hands actually shake talking about a case. Not because I don't know how to articulate myself, but because I live something very simple. See, very early on, I saw that my family members, I'm talking about y'all, that gravitated to me because when I speak in the urban communities, you can sense I've been through it. I survived it. But this situation brings memories I don't usually tap into on camera. But the bigger I get on this platform, it's important that I'm overly honest.
All right, so you're gonna talk about his past right now, which is deep, man. This guy had quite a few near misses and brushes with the law. Let's listen to it, and we're happy that he made out of it. 'Cause
Hey,
obviously he
Cree,
didn't do
hey,
anything.
18.
So
Afternoon,
let's listen.
afternoon.
Transparent with you guys. Years ago, a decade plus now, I think about it, which is crazy. I was falsely accused, not just by police in my neighborhood, but by someone who knew exactly what she was doing. Someone who initially admitted everything was consensual till the next day, when emotions changed and the narrative changed with it.
I want to say this very loud and very clear. Fellas, be careful of the type of female you deal with.
All because after finding out and taking this person to Walmart, which is crazy on campus, I didn't want to be with this person because I was enjoying college. This person was in fear of what we did went out, knowing the person she did it to wasn't her boyfriend. So instead, everything I worked hard for, being the first to go to college in my family, was thrown away. I only lasted one semester before everything came crashing down. And when you take a young man out of...
We've also experienced cases like this before often. I'm going to add to it as my brain clicks. But we also have gotten a lot of cases where people have consensual intercourse, but they'll be involved in relationships with other folks.
And cry
in
great.
order to garner sympathy or to justify infidelity, rather than owning up to it, they'll say, oh, well, it wasn't consensual. I really didn't want to do it.
See, now that's that bullshit. Don't sit there as a woman cheat on somebody and then you're gonna say that the person grape you. That right there is grade A horse shit. Don't ever do that shit. And any woman who does that is a woman that I myself cannot respect. If you're gonna cheat, and now I'm not okay in cheating. Cheating is wrong as hell. But if you're gonna cheat, just own up to it, man. And here's the thing I'm gonna say too. See, when a woman cheats, unfortunately, the ace in the hole is the quote unquote they grape me. And the fact that some women will use that is disgusting as hell. It is fucking disgusting. And hell, I'm getting a little pissed off talking about it. Cause what the hell would make a person say, do this here? He raped me. He raped me. He raped me. And know for a fact that they're fucking lying. It's fucking disgusting, man. Let's get back into this.
I really didn't want to do it. They'll use words like, well, I really didn't want to do it, or, I didn't think that they would do it if I told them they could, or I didn't say anything. It's like all kinds of variations of this to say, hey, listen, loved one. They're not even talking to us as the detectives. They're trying to craft a narrative for their loved one where they're going to say, hey, listen.
And again, this is true crime for strategic eyes.
You're expected as a human being with empathy that if you're in a relationship with somebody that comes.
Let me introduce this person here. This is true crime for true crime with strategic eyes, and he is an SBU detective with NYPD. Allegedly, he says he has 15 going on 16 years experience in what he does. So this person here, in my opinion, is the perfect person to talk about this topic. Let's get back into it.
In a relationship with somebody that comes to you and say that they've been SA, that you're gonna, number one, not hold it against them, and number two, that it might actually bring you guys closer together because there's trauma, you know? So we see that a lot as well, where people will make these things up, irregardless of what the consequences could be for the other party, all right, the subject in the case, simply so that they could save a relationship or not be held accountable for consensual infidelity. Let's keep going. And it sounds like that's what happened in this case with the family host, where he didn't want to be with this girl. She finds out that he doesn't want to be with her, and she doesn't want people to find out that she had relations with him. So it's like, hey, you know what? You raped me. You know, let's keep going.
College and throw him right back to the hood over a lie. You don't just disrupt his present, you jeopardize his entire future. The
Sure
next year
hell
after that,
do.
I was accused of attempted murder, something I ain't had nothing to do with. But by the grace of
Damn.
God, my story didn't end there just when I thought it did. God had another path for me. And today, I use my experiences to speak honestly with y'all, especially when I know, fam. The truth is uncomfortable. Now, I share that not to sway anyone, not to invalidate anyone, but so you understand why this case matters to me. Today, we talking about allegations involve two well-known figures in the streaming world. One is a rising artist, an alleged rapper and singer who claims she was SA after an after party tied to a major streamer awards event. The other is a well-known established streamer, someone with a massive platform, known for his love of basketball and a last name that many associate with greatness.
So is that LeBron James' son? I don't know. I don't know nothing about these folks. I'm old. So
Wait a minute. Wait a
is
minute.
this
You
guy
trying to tell me
related
this
to
dude is
LeBron James?
LeBron's kid? Yo. Y'all see my face right now? Let, let me play this.
This is his father. I mean, listen, if you have a picture with LeBron like that, that better be your dad. Otherwise, somebody better call police or a psych ward or something. So yes, Doberman said this is LeBron James' son. Okay, cool.
Oh,
All
heck.
right, all right. Well,
Ooh. This, bro. I would never knew this dude was LeBron's kid. And that's why this is so high profile. Cause this guy is LeBron's kid. It makes sense now. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Sorry. Which, which, I'm glad it's a big deal.
all right. Well, just want to address one more thing. Somebody said people who make false allegations should receive prison time. I
Damn
used to
right.
think that way, but I don't think that way anymore. The reason why I don't
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. Why do you not think that people who make false accusations shouldn't get jail time? I got to hear this.
think that way when it comes to SA. That is when it specifically comes to SA. The reason why I don't believe that we should lock up unless we can prove beyond reasonable
Okay,
doubt
unless
that
he
there
can
was
prove it.
nothing but
Okay.
planning and maliciousness in their false allegations means it was premeditated and they planned it out and they carried it out. Unless you get to that burden, I don't believe so, because I don't want to live in a world where a victim believes that if I can't prove their case, then that means that they're lying and I'm going to send them to jail. I don't want to live in a world like that. I rather
Okay,
just
I get
send
what
that
he's saying.
person on their way when I find out that they're not telling the truth, then we're locking them up left and right, and real victims are sitting there, alone in their house saying, well, my situation is complicated, because oftentimes these cases are very complicated.
Yeah.
And sometimes these cases have instances of consensual acts and then non-consensual acts, and we have to sift through that, and it doesn't justify what happened to the person just because it may have started out consensual, okay? But I don't want to live in a
Okay, so basically what he's saying is, you know, he again, this guy here is indeed an SVU detective, and he's basically saying that, in my job, I have to figure out, who's telling the truth and who's telling the lie, and unfortunately, for him to even have to determine on is this, Is this the truth or is this a lie? It it buzzed me. I'm not gonna lie. It it buzzed me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This whole thing here buzzed the hell out of me because real victims, you know, real victims of an SA aren't taken seriously, and the reason they're not taken seriously because you got the the line 304s using grape has an excuse for their debaucherous activity. Don't cry grape. Own up to your shit. Let's get back into this.
In a world where that victim is sitting in their room saying, I know I was violated. I want justice, but I'm afraid to come forward because if they can't prove it, they're going to send me to jail. We can't live in a world like that. So sometimes we just got to let one go. And I think this is so delicate. We have to tread lightly when it comes to SA. Let's keep going.
The accused has come forward emotionally, breaking down
All
while
right, somebody said he's not blood with LeBron. I don't know who he is. Let's just keep going.
what he claimed is evidence in his defense. And as a man, we're often told to stay silent because anything we say can be used against us, not just in a courtroom, but in the court of public opinion. In this case, he chose to speak. But fam, it's important to know this. We're not here to place judgment. We're not here to pick sides. And I'm definitely not here to dismiss serious allegations. But we gotta learn how to make sure we standing up for those who's actually SA. Not saying that this person wasn't or it is. But we also gotta find out how we protect those who have been falsely accused of SA and not defaming their image. So today, we're gonna present the facts as they exist, outline what's already been alleged, examine what has been shown publicly, and explain briefly why this case personally shouldn't. So let's walk through this carefully. Let's stick to what's known. Let's allow the truth, wherever it lands, to speak for itself. But before we
Right.
go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle, I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Fam, meet Tylil James. He's a well-known online streamer from New York, a content creator primarily active on Twitch and YouTube. He built this platform through gaming content, live reactions, and community-based streams, with a strong emphasis on basketball culture and sports commentary. Tylil gained traction through consistent live streaming and direct engagement with his audience, known for long-form discussions and sports debates and interactive chat-driven streams. Over time, he developed a large following across streaming platforms, becoming a recognizable name with the online streaming space. Often seen with Cassinet, known worldwide. His favorite player is LeBron James, and just a couple of weeks ago, he was able to host a stream with Cassinet while having his idol as a special guest, LeBron James. A stream that later won a Streamer Award, which ironically is a key location to this story.
Okay, never mind. He's not LeBron's kid. He just having him and LeBron just happen to have the same last name. I just had to clear this up.
Recognized top creators for their performance in live streaming, with fan votes deciding the winners, and are broadcast live on platforms like Twitch and YouTube. But it seemed things got awkward when the host had made jokes to Cassinet that seemed to take shots at his platform, having Tylil to stand up for him. Check it out.
As everyone knows, you broke the record for the most expensive haircut and the least educational university. So congratulations to you. Oh, and also, congrats on your new documentary with 50 Cent. That was you, right?
Really?
That was very cringe.
That was
I watched
tacky.
snippets of it, and I was like, this lady was the worst.
That was just
I don't know if she
tacky.
had writers. Of course, she had writers. You know, this is the thing. But even though you may not write the jokes yourself, if you say them, you own them. So
Tacky.
you're making Diddy jokes, and yeah, I guess we all make Diddy jokes, but not on this kind of platform. Remember, Diddy has victims, and those victims are still going through it. That's like making Epstein jokes. It's really not that funny because Epstein had a lot of young victims, and they're still going through it. And to then tell this guy that basically he looks like Diddy, that's messed up. Knowing what Diddy did to his victims, what Diddy did to Cassie in that hallway, to say he looked like Diddy, nah, baby, that's too soon. What's wrong with this lady? I would have looked at my writers like, yo, we not. I'm not telling no jokes unless you guys rewrite these jokes. But let's keep going. I don't have writers, but you know, if I'm doing an award show, you would have to get writers. So yeah, that's crazy. Let's keep going.
That's pretty strong. If you all gonna be on the mic, now turn this mic, now turn this shit on. Turn this shit on. If you all gonna be on the mic making jokes, at least let it be funny. If you all gonna be on the mic making jokes, at least let it be funny.
I thought it was.
Have a good night.
Here.
Gosh.
Do you want to do a joke?
No.
Oh boy,
Okay.
I didn't see
I
that.
only said that because he got his hair cut.
And after these awards is when the night allegedly shifts. According to later public statements, after the streamer awards even wrapped up, a streamer named Jourdin, who we'll later briefly identify, allegedly asked Tylil to ride in his Uber. A ride to attend an after party with him. Net requests, simple on his face, is what allegedly placed the two together after the event and set the stage for everything that would later be claimed. And what truly took place from that point forward between the late hours of December 6th to the following morning wasn't publicly discussed at that time. And for more than a week, there was no public accusations, no police statements released, and no online discussion about the encounter until December 15th, 2025. Now, for those who are wondering who is Jourdin Pauline, before we go any further, it's important to briefly talk about her. It's an artist/streamer who later came forward with these allegations. Jourdin is an independent artist identified publicly as a rapper and singer who had been working to build her career through music releases, live streaming spaces, and social media platforms. Jourdin has released multiple songs independently. One of her tracks has reached over 1 million views and counting, released 10 months ago, called Sugar. Recently, she appeared in streamer-adjacent circles, attending creator events and interacting within influencers' communities. Prior to December, Jourdin was not a mainstream public figure, but had a growing digital footprint. Her public profile increased significantly after she shared her allegations on Twitch. Now, as I went through her interviews, I noticed something she mentioned about having an orgy at a party that she once hosted. To say it was something she was used to.
What?
The craziest thing that's happened in LA. You know, they have a lot of wild parties in LA. Have you ever ended up at a party and been like,
Actually, I've thrown a couple parties and, Airbnb and stuff. My parties went until 8 a.m. sometimes.
wow.
And then some people will be like, yeah, girl, like, this is happening. I'm like, y'all had an orgy at my...
Now, to stay on timeline,
Sounds to me you got some 304 in you. But I digress.
on Wednesday night, Jourdin became emotional while alleging a popular streamer sexually assaulted her at a party after the 2025 Streamer Awards. During her live stream, Jourdin said, "The person involved is loved by many, and she is tired of protecting people's public images." Quoting, "I don't care how drunk somebody is, you should never take advantage of them." Jourdin also alleged that the streamer recorded her during an incident, and is now...
All right, so I gotta say this. I don't know what happened with Jourdin Pauline. I just want to throw this out there for you guys because it's important. Because you come here to get educated from a professional. Just because you're drunk does not automatically mean, at least in the state of New York, I don't know where they are at. And I'm not giving legal advice. I'm just telling you from my experience. Just because somebody has consumed alcohol and is intoxicated does not necessarily mean that you cannot consent to X activities. And this is a big sticking point in law.
Sad but true.
When you take a victim's experience and you now meet it with our criminal justice system and the laws, specifically, you have to be, when we work the case together as a detective and a victim, because it's your case that I'm guiding you through this, we have to be able to establish that you were incapacitated. The easiest way to prove that somebody's incapacitated is that they're knocked out, and if you lift their hand up, the hand is going to fall. It's the easiest way. It gets a little bit more complicated when you are coherent and you're trying to now prove to a jury that you could not make decisions. You can consent to sex when you are drunk. And so that's a misnomer that a lot of people believe that the moment they take a sip, usually it's women that believe this. Guys don't believe. I've never met a guy bring a case that said, I took alcohol and I couldn't consent. A lot of women believe this. I think it's because people are getting their information from TikTok. And TikTok will tell you whatever TikTok want to tell you, but TikTok most of the time is not going to.
I know this is a little off topic, but I'm just gonna make this clear. If you're getting your information off of TikTok, you're a damn idiot.
Tell you how the law really works. So I don't know how intoxicated she was. So I'm not in no way judging her situation. We're reacting to this. I don't know nothing about this case. I'm just telling you, by and far in general, at least in New York, just because you consume alcohol does not mean you can't consent. So let's keep going.
Attempting to blackmail her. She added that she never wanted the situation to escalate this far, noting the streamer also has a girlfriend. Jourdin has not publicly named the individual she is accusing after sharing a close-up of her
Now, she said that a streamer has a girlfriend. Now, if you were SA, why are you caring about whether or not if the dude's got a girlfriend? If you were SA, you're not gonna care about anything related to that person. You're gonna go straight to the police and be like, F him, I was SA. I do not see that here.
call log. Supporters noticed the contact name listed as Tylil. She stated, quote, I've been getting harassed. Whoever caught it, but I'm not saying the name yet. Check out the live.
And here's my question. From what I just saw, she has his name saved to her phone. I'm just gonna be honest. I think the only time a woman saves a man's name in her phone is only if she's been dealing with said man for a while. Let me repeat that again. The only time a woman has a man's name saved to her phone that is not a family member is only if she's been dealing with that man for some time. I said what I said. Let's get back into this.
And I don't owe access to my pain in order to deserve respect either, guys. Like, it's a lot of like speculations going on. It's a lot of
Why
hate
does she
towards me.
look like she
It's a
owns
lot of just
something?
like negativity that has been very hard for me to swallow. I've never had to deal with this much social media hate ever. And even though I don't really
Damn, I
read
need to go
comments
give me
or
something
anything
to drink.
anyone's saying about me, I know it doesn't like, you know,
I'll be right
it
back in a
doesn't
second, y'all.
determine who I am as a person, because when this is all said and done, you guys, God knows the truth, God knows my heart, and yeah, like, I'm not gonna feed into it. Sometimes I do wanna be like hop on here and cuss people out and feed into the negativity, but I genuinely can't. So these are some points we're gonna go over that my attorney and I discussed. So I'm not gonna say much on this stream, you guys.
Right. So this is always a red flag for me. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but when you have somebody who's bringing their allegations to social media, and then they had to talk about attorneys and stuff, that's always a red flag for me. Now, listen, we are different people. Red flag for me doesn't mean I'm not willing to be open-minded to change my mind. I follow flags, okay, but there are almost like bookmarks along the way that you want to refer back to when you're doing investigations. Just because somebody comes to me with an attorney and they crashed out on social media does not mean that they're not a victim. Especially in this day and age where people are much more tied up into social media than ever before in human history, because we just got social media in human history now, right? But it's always an issue where you have a victim of a crime who is like, hey, I'm going to sit here and put my best outfit on, get the makeup done right, hair is looking, how the hair is looking, and I'm going to tell you about my trauma. Why did she call 911? one? Is there an open and active case right now? Where
Yeah.
the Streamy Awards was? Where was it? At Cali? Down south?
Where's the
Middle of the
charges?
country? Where was it? Northeast? I don't know where the Streamies were at. Whatever jurisdiction, is there an open and active case? That's something I want to see because, you know, why are we circumventing the justice system and going straight to the people? This is always a question I'm asking myself. Let's keep going.
We here being messy, looking for any more ways to twist my words. This is not the stream for you. The fans defending someone they admire is predictable, not meaningful. Like, I get it, you guys love everyone and you guys are gonna ride at dawn, whatever, but you guys weren't in that situation with me. So it's the simple fact that I get it, you guys are supporters and y'all like to paint people to be a certain way, but I hate to break it to you, people have real lives and they act differently when the cameras are off. So that's one thing I wanted to say. You guys are reacting, you guys are not reacting to the evidence, you guys are not reacting to facts. You guys are reacting to a threatened identity, and that's not my fault. I just came on here and told my experience, told my story, and I do not deserve hate. You guys never know someone's mental state, and I get it that you guys love such and such, or I can't say anybody right now, but I get it. But you guys cannot make someone else feel dehumanized as well and add on to the fire. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to anything I have going on.
Alright guys, big shout out to everyone who's watching. There's over 100 people in the stream right now. Can you please hit that like button, support the channel? Please help us get into a wider demographic, get into that algorithm so more people can see the show. You know, just responding to what she's saying, this is what happens when you bring your personal life and your trauma to social media. The people in social media are not equipped with the empathy. You know, the internet is not set up with empathy for victims. That's why it's best to go the route that you're supposed to go, which is the police, which is the support system that comes with the police, the counseling, the resources, etc. So you can't expect anything different than what is happening right now when you go to social media, when you basically outcry to social media. Let's keep going.
And yeah, you guys are choosing the easier path, as in discrediting me as a woman instead of just looking at someone for who they actually are. And first of all, I just want to say, like, I will not ever humiliate myself coming online, crying my eyes out. I never even knew I could act good. Y'all saying I act and I'm faking. That was crazy. Like, that was raw emotions. I wouldn't come on here and lie about anything to that.
I don't know this lady, but her affect is all wrong, and that does not mean that she wasn't a victim of what she claims she's a victim of, which we don't even know what she's claiming because we haven't been told what exactly she said happened. But her affect is definitely off. That doesn't tell you much because we don't know what her baseline is. But just what I expect her and what I've seen in the past, the way she's kind of walking through this is it's atypical. I should say it's atypical. Okay, let's keep going.
That magnitude, you guys. And I think that's been fucked up. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of rapists and mean, crazy people are walking free, because anytime a child or a woman or a gay person or a man say something that's happened to them, a lot of people like to point fingers and, you know, blame the victim.
They see a smoke
for
detector.
actual facts. And that's really fucked up.
Smoke detector.
Secondly, I would like to say, I wrote all this down too, guys. So that's why I'm reading from my phone, because this has been the craziest 5 days of my life. I've never experienced no shit like this ever. I didn't expect the shit to even go as crazy as it did, and I didn't expect me to be the villain as I was. Villainized. I've never been a villain like that ever. I've seen so many mean comments, so many mean videos, and it's like such a slap in the face that I will not ever personally come on here and tell anybody anything going on with me, ever, 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 ever again. I understand why victims stay silent now.
Yeah, you
And
still look like
I
you
will
own
not
something.
ever put myself in this predicament again and be vulnerable with you guys. I thought it was seriously a safe space. Everyone is calling me a liar.
A safe space, the internet, a safe space. No, the internet has never been a safe space and has never sold itself to be a safe space. So this is a cautionary tale to anybody who has been through what she's alleged she's been through. Please go to your friend.
The internet
the police.
has never been a safe space.
Or
Get that out of your head.
when you hear your fire alarm chirping, make sure that you replace it with a 9-volt battery. It's very simple to do, and it's important for your life. Let's keep going.
You guys don't know what I did. You know what I'm saying? You guys don't know the guilt I felt. You guys don't know the pain I felt, the pain I endured. You guys don't know anything. So it's just really fucked up, you guys, because attorneys and lawyers, everyone knows, especially in LA, like you could go or report these type of things, and that shit is, it doesn't matter. I'm using my platform because I have a voice and I'm able to do so. And I just think it's like really fucked up how I can't even use my voice to tell y'all what happened to me. And the thing is, I didn't even like say anyone's name or anything. I don't have to fake call logs. I don't have to do any of that. I just think that's really fucked up. And a lot of girls, I really hope nothing ever happens to you guys. I really hope all the men that's bashing me and all the women bashing me, I really hope nothing ever happens to you guys, genuinely speaking. And I really hope y'all, stay safe since y'all know everything and got your degree. But yeah, it's really easy to discredit the woman in these situations. And I appreciate all the survivors reaching out to me, sharing their stories with me, and telling me how much my bravery coming online and telling y'all what happened to me has helped them, even though they still haven't came out and said things. Even the people that have had the same experience with me with said individuals. I've received so many messages, you guys, and I'm happy that my voice is helping somebody out there. Even if it's one person, I'm happy that I'm able to, give somebody else some strength and courage to do what's right for them in their own.
Ma'am, you like
But yeah,
convention.
you guys like to discredit the woman, and that has nothing to do with my truth. That has nothing to do with the actual facts and what happened. Being disbelieved does not mean I'm lying. It means people are protecting their comfort. It means that you guys are
In the words of JC, I don't believe you. You need more people.
protecting what you guys know, the parasocialists. You guys are protecting, people that you don't even know. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of friends too, guys. It's been such an isolating experience for me. A lot of people have turned their backs on me, and it's really fucked up. I keep saying this again and again. It's really fucked up. That's why rapists and serial killers and crazy people are walking this earth today, because nobody believes the victim. That is why niggas like David could do what he did, and it takes all this time for him to still be persecuted. He's still not even in jail. And that's the shit I'm talking about. You guys need to start listening when somebody is saying something to you. And it's not to ever, 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 ever tear someone down. I know there's psychics and people that have real spiritual intellect that is watching me. I will not ever come on here and lie about my experiences. Point blank, period. You guys don't know what the fuck I've been through, and it's been such a hard 5 days, you guys. I've never in my life dealt with such bullying,
Damn,
ever
you
in my
like
life,
convention.
guys. It's
We
been so
are not
isolated,
convinced.
and I had to just really just like calm my nervous system down to even do this, because I haven't even felt like myself. I felt really like depressed, you guys, and I don't want to feel like that, because I know my life is valuable, and I know the devil likes to play tricks and tell lies. So I will not feed into the lies. I will not end my life and do what the enemy wants me to do. I will continue to push, and I will continue to be a voice for people that cannot have a voice, like this girl here. I will always speak my truth, and I will always walk with women, because
but she's almost done. I certainly don't want to skip ahead because I want her to have the opportunity to say her piece.
I do
But
not believe
if
this
they
chick. I'm
don't
sorry.
play it in this video, I have found um, James's response, Tylil James' response, and apparently he allegedly has receipts, videos of her giving consent, also tweets of or messages of her trying to allegedly extort money from him. I don't know how credible this evidence is going to be or how compelling it's going to be, but this is what he's saying, and apparently there's a video where he releases his stuff. But you know, I think there's probably another video where she probably talks about what actually happened. Right now, she's just basically defending herself. So it's just got a few more seconds apparently, and then we'll hear Mr. James's response and see if that makes any sense.
Actually happened. So
After going quiet for some days and getting some backlash, Tylil finally spoke up, but he spoke up with evidence. He showed a call log, he played a voice recording, showed how she asked for a black truck after getting a Toyota at first. Also talked about a message that was sent to his friend that he later got hold of. Check it out.
That's true.
Chat, listen. Here's the first piece.
I've never had a one night stand in my life. Like after the party type shit, when you first meet someone, make them talk to them.
Yeah, she sounds drunk, either drunk or high.
So many days after tomorrow.
That's one piece of evidence. After a while, Jourdin wanted to leave. So what did Tylil James do? I got her an Uber, a Toyota to be exact.
All right, so far, just, I mean, listen, we don't have the total context of their conversation. We don't know what's said before that. We don't know nothing, all right? But just off of that conversation, she does sound like she's intoxicated, but she does sound like she is cognizant, okay? Like I told you guys, I don't know what the law is wherever you guys are from. Some of you guys are out of the country, you have your own laws. Some of you in different states that have their own interpretations of laws. But in New York, just because you're intoxicated does not mean that you are incapable of consent, all right? The only cutoff that the law gives, a hard cutoff, is that you are incapacitated, okay? Or you're drugged, all right? Those are the two things that the law is like, no, 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 no. Like if you're drugged, somebody slips you a Mickey or something like that in your drink, oh boy, it doesn't matter if you're talking, it doesn't matter if you're doing jumping jacks and backflips, it doesn't matter if you're signing checks and making deals. If somebody puts something in your drink, that person is done. That's 20 years in prison, okay? If you are incapacitated, meaning you're knocked out, and if I lift up your hand is gonna fall hard like an anvil, then you're done if you are the perpetrator. But outside of those two things, it becomes very murky. Very, very murky. And if you're talking and you're having a conversation about, I never did a one night stand before and stuff like that, man, you're in a realm where somebody could construe that you were cognizant enough to consent to sexual activity. But once again, we don't have the full context of the conversation. We just have the snippet that he decided to release. But let's keep going.
I requested Jourdin a Toyota. Jourdin left the hotel room. Jourdin came back when she realized it was a Toyota. She banged on the door and demanded a black truck. Her words verbatimly after she demanded a black truck was, do I look like the type of to ride in a Toyota? Get me a black truck. Me being a gentleman, I got her a black truck. But wait.
You have audio
Wait,
of that because
there's more.
damning. That's damning. You left the perpetrator, the person who violated you, and he came back to the perpetrator. It's all alleged because I don't have context of this stuff. I'm just going off what this guy's saying, all right? The family played her statement. They did not play her original allegations of SA. They just played her response to the backlash that she got. That's kind of not fair. I want to go back, you know, nothing but love to them. I love this channel. I watch this channel all the time. But I want to go back and play. I don't think I'll have time, unfortunately. I got to go to work, but I want to play her original statement where she's talking about this essay because I think that's probably fair. Hear what she's alleging. But in his rebuttal, if he has proof, and in fact, video evidence shows her leaving his room with a car parked outside. It's a hotel. They have cameras inside of the hallways. It's all
Yep.
liability stuff. And they have cameras in the lobby. They have cameras in the exterior of hotels. If the camera shows a Uber pull up and she goes, no, 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 and it shows her marching back upstairs, knocking on his door saying, hey, listen, you sent me a Toyota? And he has recording that because those cameras don't have audio in most instances, so, for privacy reasons. But he recorded it. Or you can at least surmise it from the video evidence that she's knocking and she's complaining about something, and then a black truck comes, even if we don't have no audio, and then she goes back and she finally gets in that black truck and leaves. That's not good. That's not good. I'm not saying that nothing happened to her. I don't know. I wasn't in that room, but that's not good. That's terrible for her.
Very terrible.
Also got the receipts to that. Because they say you're innocent until proven guilty. No. You're guilty until you prove your innocence, and that's what I'm gonna do. Because this is my image. This is my life. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show evidence. I'm gonna show facts.
Notice the emotion in his voice. There was no emotion in her voice. Notice the emotion in his voice. Pay attention.
I got receipts. I'm talking about. Now, the first, boom, December 7th, 2025. At 8:04 a.m., chat, I got Jourdin. A Uber. Remember, Jourdin is a victim now. She claims she was sexually assaulted. So you trying to get away from me as fast as possible. So if I call you a Toyota, a scooter, a Red Bull, you're trying to get away from me as fast as possible. It shouldn't matter what car you get home in. You're just trying to get away from this person that bothered you. So you say,
Now, mind you, I think to keep in context, and I'm only saying this, I'm not trying to go after the victim. I don't know who did what. I'm just telling you what my brain is going to think. The night before you were drunk, you claimed that you could not consent, right? The next day, this is like what, 8, 9, 10 hours since you have met this perpetrator? The next day, you're certainly not going to be as drunk as you were the night before. So that's what makes this thing so much more, because you're somewhat sober. Maybe you have a hangover. I don't know. You want to speak to Lewis? We get in contact with Lewis and ask Lewis, like, what was her demeanor? We talk to the front doorman and the security, and like, all right, were you working downstairs? We see you in the camera. We see you hold the door for her when she leaves the hotel. We see you open the door for her when she comes back in the hotel. What was her demeanor? Did you smell anything? You smell alcohol on her? Did she slur when she speaks? We'd ask all these different questions. These cases, real or not, require a lot of manpower, a lot of work to determine whether something happened or did not happen. We don't ever just say, oh, we don't think this is real, and just keep it moving. Nope. We do a thorough investigation in this realm, in SVU. And so now I want to ask, like, hey, how much of effect of the drunkenness was this person feeling at 8 in the morning when this first car gets called? All right? Because certainly physics and physiology would tell us, maybe not physics, just physiology. Physiology would tell us that the liver has processed a great deal of this alcohol. And now you might be groggy, you might be feeling a little sick, but you should be more in the right mind than you were the night before when these actions took place. And you went back to the room and asked for a black truck. I don't know. That's very damaging.
She didn't want to get a Toyota? I canceled it. Boom. Let's take this down. Look at the time, too. At 8:07 a.m. At 8:07 a.m., Tylil James called Jourdin a black truck. Look at the payment right there. Black SUV. Fare, 16.7 miles. $132.89. Tylil James called her Uber. Let me just calm down, because I'm not gonna lie, this shit is not no joke. I called her Uber. The Uber was $132. These are receipts. These are facts. This is gonna save your life in the court of law. The ride was 33 minutes. It picked her up at 8:07. So Jourdin,
Some of that stream of money, man, buying $132 Ubers, man. Jesus. Anyway, let's keep going.
left from the hotel at 8:07. Jourdin got to her destination. destination at 8:40 a.m. Now, chat, this is where it get really weird. Are y'all following me? Are you guys following me? This is where shit get really, really, really weird. And now things is getting more suspicious. Jourdin got home at 8:40 a.m. Oh my God, look what Jourdin texted one of my friends. She's playing with me. She's trying to fucking set me up. I don't understand what you're doing. She's trying to set me up. Chat, Jourdin got home at 8:40 a.m. Why did she text one of my friends this? Jourdin got home at 8:40 a.m. Why did she text one of my friends this, chat? Why did she text one of my friends this?
We can't see it.
Yeah, we can't see that. We can't see that, young blood.
Text them.
Can y'all read what she said? This girl is setting me up at 9:10 a.m. After Jourdin arrived home out of her black truck at 8:40 a.m. Please follow me. She texts to one of my friends, hey, Tylil has my phone. I'm on the way to get it back. ... I was all the way home too. My friend said, LOL, okay. Somebody gotta call me a car back home now. Okay, let me go back. Hold on. Look, 9:10 a.m. Sunday, to all the police officers and lawyers and DAs on TikTok and on Instagram, the one that got so much to say, please follow.
Wait. You got detectives here on YouTube too, buddy. You said police, lawyers, and DAs. What about the detectives? Come on, brother.
Follow this, the truth, the real facts. Let's go back. She texted my friend, it's at 9:10 a.m. But what does this say? Jourdin, hold on. Let's clock our tea right now. Let's clock our tea. Your Uber got to your house that Tylil put you in at 8:40 a.m. Why did you proceed to text Tylil friend at 9:10 a.m.? Hey, Tylil has my phone. I'm on the way to get it back. I was all the way home too. Jourdin, did you not just get out of a black truck at 8:40 a.m.? I'm gonna leave that up to y'all.
All right, so somebody made a really good point. Cat Seer 4809 says, I feel like you can have an entitled attitude and be victimized. Both can exist. And if so, then it would probably exacerbate that attitude like the least you could do. I mean, anything is possible. We're dealing with the human condition. The thing that you have to take into consideration is, at the end of the day, you have to convince a jury of your peers that what happened to you is a crime. And so since most people probably won't see it through those eyes, okay? And, in the absence of other evidence, right? So, we're always looking at outcries. Like, what is the first thing that the person said to the person that they told them that they were a victim of? Like, this guy did this to me, did that to me, and the least he could do was put me in a good car, All right, that actually would help the case, to have an outcry.
Yeah, it would.
They spoke to immediately when they left the room, and they said, yeah, man, this guy did this to me, it was so messed up, and then he put me in a Toyota. Like, god dang, the least you could have did was put me in a nice car after he did that to me. That stuff helps. Like, nothing is ever a uniform no, all right? But at the end of the day, you gotta take into account that it's not the detective or the prosecutor that you're trying to convince, even though that is a big part of it. You're also, at the end of the day, we're trying to build cases that can withstand the test of a jury. And you've got to get a jury to agree that that is reasonable behavior. And if there's enough evidence, then guess what? A jury can overcome whatever biases they may have. But just keep in mind that juries do come with personal biases. You can't weed those biases out of the jury. It's impossible, So keep that in mind. Yeah, she might be that way and might still be a victim, but you got to convince 12 people that is, how should I say, a reasonable way of responding to that type of trauma. Let's keep going.
Now, not only did Jourdin lie on my name and come to the internet and speak and make a false allegation about me, she said I try to blackmail her. Let's speak on that. I try to blackmail you, Jourdin. Chat, I try to blackmail her. Jourdin, I try to blackmail you, Jourdin. 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 How, Chat? How? Look at what it says, Chat. Jourdin sent me Jourdin requested 2,000, and then in the note it says for playing with me, and I try to blackmail her. She's trying to extort me, gang. For this account, nigga. What you talking about? Nigga, I never let nobody take that shit from me. Fuck out of here.
So he's very emotional, and you know, listen, he has a right to be emotional when somebody's making these kind of allegations against him. Whether he did it or not, we don't know. But this is his response to it. But apparently, based off of what I've read, because it's hard to see these things, it's kind of blown out. She tried to request $2,000 from him. She tried to request money from him. That's also a big red flag. You know, this kind of action will kill your case. All right? People just don't want to see that. All right? You got to have overwhelmingly compelling evidence, probably video evidence, that this person did this to you for a jury. In my opinion, I'm not a prosecutor, but I don't stop the cases. You know, I just present it to the prosecutor like, hey, this is what we got. What do you want to do? You know, if it's a high level felony, I will just present it to them like, hey, this is the evidence we have. What do you want to do? Do you want to prosecute this case? You know, so I'm not the barrier to somebody having their case decided upon whether it's going to move forward with an arrest or not. All right, that's the prosecutor, all right, that makes that decision in these type of high level felony cases. And if you know, based on my experience, when a jury sees something like this, $2,000, pay me some money, ooh boy, they're not interested.
They're not.
Interested. They're like, nah. They don't trust your character. So let's keep going. I don't know.
This shit is right here. Only thing that girl had to show. Oh my God. This shit is right here, Jay. Yo, it says a sale request for $2,000 for playing with me. What the? That's blackmail. What the do she mean by for playing with me? Let's move on. Jourdin, let's continue. Cause now you trying to set me up. Now you trying to get money out of me.
Hey guys, I don't know.
Yo, what up, Theo?
Everything just goes to hell. I don't have any.
The big dog in the building. What up?
So please behave yourselves. No victim blame or anything. Because I'm just gonna block you. Take time to, you know, iron out people and stuff like that. You know, we're all adults here. I have experience in my life that most people who pay bills and have pubic hairs don't always act like adults. Let's not be douchebags to each other. All right, so this is the first and last warning. I gotta run a show, so I'm just blocking everybody. Okay, so first and last warning. We'll keep it cool. Whatever said is said. Let it go.
Yep.
But if people keep acting up, then you know it will be in the chat. Okay.
Now I'm really I'm concerned. Like, damn, I'm not giving this girl nothing. NCAA, nothing's coming at all. You're not getting $2,000 out of me. I didn't pay that $2,000. I did not pay that $2,000. No, you're not getting nothing. NCAA, nothing's coming at all. Guess what she does now, Chad? And Jourdin came on the internet and said she has messages, but she deleted them. Guess what? I got them. Jourdin, you deleted the messages. I got them. So now
Let's go.
some more evidence.
Let's go.
That my legal team had to approve, because the first thing I did, instead of coming to speak to the public, let me go speak to my lawyers, because SA is not a joke, and I sympathize for any real victims out there. For any real victims that have been through some shit like that, I really sympathize for you. Next, boom, Jourdin texts me right here. She said, "What you doing?" Jourdin sends a question mark. I don't know if you text me or not, but my phone is clicked. I can't see her do nothing. Jourdin sent me on December 8th at 12:01. This is in the noon. Jourdin sent me a upside down smiling face. After she sent the upside down smiling face, she sent the Zelle request. Let me show y'all. Follow me, chat. Are y'all following the timeline? Because I'm only gonna come up here one time and say this. Jourdin, all of these messages came on December 7th. All of these messages is at December 7th. The Zelle request is at December 8th. This smiley face, you see this smiley face, right? Boom. Then she sends the Zelle request at 12:19 p.m. After she sends the Zelle request, she realized I was not paying it. Once Jourdin realized I was not paying it, Jourdin sent me this. You see this meme right here? Me giving her his last warning before I show him who I really am.
Yeah, that's extortion.
Yep.
That's extortion.
Straight up extortion.
You
Facts.
know, it's possible for somebody to be a victim and then they become a bad guy. Okay? This is extortion. And this calls into question whether people want to believe it or not. You can live in whatever fantasy land you live in. All right? I'm telling you how the real world works. So unless you have my credentials and you do what I do and you speak to prosecutors, you speak to juries and all that good stuff, and you speak to judges, and unless you've been in a judge's chamber trying to convince a judge to give you a search warrant on a guy like this guy with these kind of allegations, and the judge is telling you no because you have this information on hand, and the judge is like, no, I'm sorry, we don't have enough to authorize this type of warrant because look what I'm looking at. Unless you've had that experience, you got to stay quiet and just listen and learn. What we're seeing here is extortion. And this person may very well have been a victim. We don't know. All right. And I didn't watch. Did you guys watch her first statement when she makes her first allegations? I want to watch it, but I don't think I'm going to have time because I'm kind of like pushing on that door of having to leave for work. Right. But did she say that she was forcibly like held down and taken advantage of? Was there any allegations of violence? So, chat, if you can, please respond back to me as soon as you can. I know there's a delay, but I'm like pushing up against time. Is there any allegation of force used during the incident that we're talking about today? Just if anybody can, let me know, okay? I don't know. Once you see this, kind of flips everything on its head. Everything gets flipped on its head when you're dealing with extortion.
Yeah.
You okay, buddy? Hold on, because this is picking up your voice. Mic check. All right. Okay. All right. Let's keep going. But you can't extort people. You kind of destroy your credibility. All right. Let's keep going.
Get bigger for y'all since y'all can't read. Boom.
And people are saying no evidence of violence for what they know. I'm going to try and see if I can play a little bit of her talking about this for the first time and see if we have enough time. But people are saying no evidence of violence. All right. So basically what we're dealing with is like basically, did you have consent? And was she able to consent to it mentally? And then now we see her basically extorting him for money. It's not a good look. It's definitely not a good look.
Me giving him his last warning before I show him who I really am. What?
I know that was a lot, so we're gonna keep this outro short. As of right now, this case remains unsolved in the public eye. 2 people, 2 accounts of the same night, serious allegations, and evidence now placed into the conversation. No conviction has been reported. No civil judgment finalized.
All right, so we'll stop that here. Big shout out to the family. I want to go ahead and pull up her response to this video. Let's see what it is, and then we'll go backwards and hear her original allegations. This is Meek at Night. Why is it on my computer? I love Meek at Night. Been watching her for a long time. You guys see, I'm already subscribed. Didn't have to subscribe when Kingdom. I was already subscribed to the family. Already subscribed to Meek at Night. She's another large YouTuber who covers kind of like pop culture, true crime. Yeah, let's jump in and listen to a little bit of her response to his video with his alleged receipts.
A streamer war party. And not only that, it's by somebody that you guys can love. And I'm tired, bro. I'm literally like so disappointed in people because I think people are good people, and I always give people the benefit of the doubt. I've never had a one night stand in my life.
What is a one night stand?
Like after the party type shit, when you first meet someone, and you don't talk to them.
So that's what we just had.
Dude, we just had one night stand.
No. It's only cool when it's not one night stand. I said, as long as we speak around, it's not one night stand.
It's so many days after tomorrow.
That's one piece of evidence. Not only did Jourdin lie on my name, and come to the internet and speak and make a false allegation about me. She said I try to blackmail her. Let's speak on that. I try to blackmail you, Jourdin. Jourdin, 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 I try to blackmail you, Jourdin. Chad, how? Look at.
So here we go. This is so I understand now why the family kind of blew it out, zoomed in, because they didn't want to show the name and all that stuff. But listen, it is what it is. It's out there. But I respect the fact that I didn't know.
Yeah,
that
it's
was a
out
name
there,
that they were
bro.
trying to block out. That's why they zoomed in like that. But like I said, it's out there. So this is a Zelle request from her, and you see there's a little bit of money that she's asking for. You would think that if she was she asked for like maybe 20,000 or something like that. I mean, listen, $2,000 is a lot of money to me. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
you don't do all of that. You probably want a little bit more because
That is a nice bit of change,
this guy
$2,000.
probably has well over $1 million in the bank. These Twitch streamers like Kai Cenat, and he's down with Kai Cenat, they are very wealthy. They make a lot of money.
I'll be right back in a second, y'all. Hold on.
She did ask for $2,000, and it appears that they had that conversation via text message where it's like, send me the money, otherwise you're gonna see how ugly I am or how I truly am. I think she says something to that effect. But let's keep going.
Yeah, what they say?
What's her response?
Jourdin sent me a.
All right,
Jourdin
so
requested.
right here.
I knew me, bro.
Let's go.
Let me relax. Let me relax, because I'm yelling. Y'all are all gullible little kid weirdos. And I do not wish bad on none of y'all. Y'all playing with the wrong one. Y'all playing with the wrong one. Make it make sense. $2,000? What the cost $2,000? Not this motherfucking cat.
Okay, even she's saying the same thing. Like $2,000. I don't know, but I don't know. Sometimes what I've seen happen out there is somebody will. I'm not saying she's doing this. I don't know what her deal is, and I certainly don't know if she is a victim or not. I have no idea. Only the LAPD, if she has in fact gone to the police, can figure this out. But it would not be the first time that somebody would send a small amount first, and then if the person's willing to pay that small amount, it doesn't go away. They'll say, okay, well, the person sent me the 2,000, and now I know that they're afraid and they're willing to make this go away. And then here comes the real number. Like, okay, you sent me 2,000, but I really want 250,000. You understand? So yeah, the 2,000 doesn't really mean much to me. Let's keep going.
My mother phone that he broke with 2 terabytes on it, with all my music on it, all my pictures on it, all my content on it. That's why requested $2,000 for playing with me. Yes, for playing with me, for f***ing me, for trying to set me up and blackmail me, for being calculated and premeditated. Make it make sense. Make it make sense, since everybody know everything, got their degrees. Niggas posted.
Right, so she's giving her response to this. She got the filters, mustaches is going on her face. She's softening her face with the whole filters and stuff like that. But once again, I'm not judging because this is a different generation and she's an artist. Maybe she feels like every time she's on a platform, she has to look her best. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. I'm not going to fault her for thinking differently than I think or that most people would think. Most people would believe, though, that this is something, number one, you would not put on the internet, and number two, that you wouldn't really care how somebody viewed you. You just want the truth to come out. But let's keep going.
Receipts. I'm trying to extort them. Extortion for $2,000?
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And boy, oh boy, has this Tylil and Jourdin situation took a wild turn. Now, if you guys are not familiar with this situation, basically a girl that is a streamer accused a guy that's a streamer of taking advantage of her and, SAing her and all of that. Well, he was silent for a while. He came back and gave receipts. She then replied back, and it has been a lot to digest. Now, I'm going to do a full length live breaking down everything in a separate video.
Okay.
But for now,
All right.
for those of you guys who know about the situation, I want to know what you think about it. Now, I have a Facebook page.
Here's what I think about it. This here ain't nothing, really ain't nothing more than a girlfriend experience gone wrong. No, nothing more, nothing less. End of discussion.
Page, facebook.com/Neek at Night. I'm going to link it down below. If you guys go over there, send me a message and a voice note and tell me what you think about this whole entire situation so that I can include it when I go live. Again, go to my Facebook, facebook.com/Neek at Night. I'll put a link in the comments. Send me a message, a voice note, and tell me what you think about this. And keep your notifications on so that you're on my live when I break down this.
Talk about it. My rent is $13,000 a month.
Let me see something.
Talk about
Go
it.
back a little bit.
Oh, Tylil, your dick is lit up.
Break down
Okay,
this
this is
entire
terrible.
situation
You
in a
gotta
little
stop
bit.
this nonsense. I don't know. For some reason, my mouse is being a little jittery. I don't know if it's the battery's running out, but yeah, this is not good. I just heard something that was terrible. Let's play it out because it seems like she's crashing out. But this stuff is going to this is not going to bode well in a criminal investigation.
It's not.
That's another thing. I've had legitimate victims who have gone through social media, and their social media response to their attack has hurt their case. All right, I'm not saying that it ended their case, but it has hurt their case. Let's see this because wow, I heard some stuff that doesn't sound good.
Tylil, your dick is lit up. Let's talk about it.
Like you see,
My rent is
you see her kind of like smiling when she says that. That remember, you're convincing a jury. You are unique. You may be experiencing trauma and going through all this stuff, and you really are a victim. But you can't forget these people who are sitting in those stands. They don't know you. They can't look into your soul. They could just take what you do at face value and judge it by their level of morality and their life experiences. So send me the $2,000 and you have a small meats. That doesn't sound too good to a jury. Let's keep
It
going.
don't.
$15,000 a month. Megan makes $2,000. Two, not 10, but two. Des, you'll count your days, okay? You send in fake timestamps, or somebody sent fake timestamps. Other text messages when I said Tylil had my phone. I'm on the way back. That was at 6:11 a.m. The party was over at 5 something in the morning. I went back to the location of the party at 6:11 a.m. That no 9 a.m. nigga. I don't got a lie. I got all the receipts. I got everything. Nobody care if I give
All
a
right, so that's stuff that can easily be sorted out by law enforcement. So she's saying that Tylil faked the timestamps. And that's possible. We don't know. But we do know that law enforcement will be able to subpoena the actual
Sure
text
hell
messages
will.
and know when
Can
these text messages
and
were
will.
sent. So she's now creating an official record, and Tylil is too. They're creating records, okay? This is evidence in a case. So Tylil is saying
Right.
that those messages were sent at 9. If it's proven that he's lying, then that hurts him. Okay. On the other hand, that if she's saying that this happened at 6 and it didn't happen at 6, it actually happened at 9, that's an official record. That's a statement that she's given. It's gonna hurt her. Police will be able to figure that out. Let's keep going. Oh, come on. I don't know why my mouse is acting a fool.
about that ugly ass nigga and his relationship. You think a bitch like me want to be with a cheating ass, receding hairline ass nigga? Your is this big. Let's talk about it. I didn't want to you, bro. I didn't want to you. I didn't want to you. Girls don't want to you. I didn't want to you. These little scallywag ass pick me up on these mother apps. That's all.
I gotta pause this. How you gonna say you ain't want after dude, but yet you got the dude's name and number saved into your phone, but yet you gonna say you ain't want to screw him? That right there makes you a liar. Don't no woman have a name and number of a man in her phone who is not family and is not romantically doing something with that person. Tell the truth, shame the devil.
These wanna you nigga. Not me though. I don't gotta break up nothing. I have real millionaires worth hundreds of millions on my motherfucking line. If I wanted to be in a relationship today, I would be in a relationship tomorrow. Please make it make sense. Please make it make sense. And I know y'all over here clipping. Y'all trying to make me be the bad guy. I'll be the motherfucking bad guy. I'll be the bad guy. I'll be the fucking bad guy. Y'all still supporting the and y'all weird. Y'all fucking weird. I don't need y'all fucking validation. I don't need y'all approval. I don't gotta show y'all because the mother court's gonna have that. All y'all. And y'all can go burn with the enemy. Period. The fuck I got a life for. You see a like me, nigga? What the do I know? Make it make sense, dummies. Tylil? Not even not. But Tylil. Do you know I pull niggas? I pull real boss niggas. I pull y'all real. Alright, but this is the thing.
Spoken like a true 304. Let's continue.
Like she's saying this, but we all know that this Tylil guy, he doesn't have the same notoriety of Kai Cenat, but he's rich. He's mega rich. All right, he's bringing in tens of thousands of dollars a month in revenue from his show. And you know that's just the revenue he's getting from the show. It's not partnerships and ads and all the different stuff that could add on to that sum of money. So she's kind of diminishing him to prove why she would not want to have intercourse with him. But at the same time, the men that she's describing that she could have intercourse with is exactly this guy. You understand? He has the resources she's saying she's accustomed to dealing with. So it's weird a little bit, to me at least. Let's keep going. We trying to get up for my real hoes out there. Y'all trying to get up for the real, they got the real bag. I nobody got loud Tylil. Tylil. Keep sending the corns in. Thank you for the corns. Thank you. Because y'all eating this anyway. Because y'all the real corny mother. Y'all supporting niggas come on motherfucking live crying wolf. Trying to show a Zelle receipt for a phone that he broke. Thank you for the corn. I appreciate it. Thank you for the heart. I'm done being nice. Now, this is the thing. You can't send a Zelle. Like, the phone means nothing. Like, you can have somebody's phone, but you can't access their Zelle unless you have their password. Or their fingerprint and all that stuff. Because the bank has its own protocols, right? The bank has its own security features. That's a breach of security. So not only would he have to have her phone, but he also has to have access to her bank account to then go into her Chase app and then send the request to him from her phone / Chase app, both of which have their own security measures, right? You have to put a password in to enter the phone, and then you have to put a password in to enter the Chase app to then...
Or a password and fingerprint.
Send the Zelle request for money. So that's a lot of layers, of security to be able to orchestrate this request for money. I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's keep going. Black Boy Max, you know what the f was going on? Because you told me to come to that party or not. I told you what happened. Dez, you know what the f going on? You changing fucking timestamps. 11 a.m. Who I text? That bitch nigga raped me? Who I text? He's suing me. I'm suing him. We suing each other. It don't matter how you paint it, which way y'all look at it. Why are we suing anybody? I mean, all you got to do is go to the cops.
Yeah.
Because if the cops determine that he is guilty, they get probable cause to arrest him, and then a jury finds him guilty. Then,
if you were SA, why are you gonna go for money instead of locking the SOB up? Make it make sense.
The lawsuit is automatic because you have a guilty verdict. Why are we circumventing the legal system and we're going to tort court? We're circumventing the criminal aspect of this case, and we're going straight to a tort court. I don't understand that. It's very suspicious to me. He's still a up nigga. Over 12 done DM me real stories, real receipts. I'm like, did you report it? They're like, no, because I just felt like, I don't know, he offered me 200. He does this. It's something he do. But yet. Now, all this stuff is money. Like, people are donating stuff to her right now. She's doing this on a platform that's monetized, and, People are sending her roses that cost money. It goes in their bank account. It's translated into cash. This
Oh,
is weird.
okay. Yeah, and that's TikTok.
Nah, nigga, I'm fucking real. I'm fucking real for coming on these fucking platforms and speaking my fucking truth to y'all, a bunch of insensitive ass monsters who probably all don't believe in God. And I'm just really grateful that I'm not even hurt. Like, I'm not pressed by this shit. I don't care. I'm at peace. I'm at peace. I don't care. And I cannot wait until all you guys see what is up. Thank you for the quarantine, Taze, whatever your name is. Anyways.
Child, like I said, it's a whole lot going on. It's a lot to unpack. I'm gonna go over all of this from start to finish in a separate live. I'm gonna break down everything, but again, I want you guys to head on over to my Facebook page and leave me a voice note on what you think about the situation on my live.
And big shout out to Nick at Night.
All right, big shout out to
for this time. Peace.
All right, big shout out to Nick at Night, man. Wow. Hold on.
Got so much shit to say. Please.
Hold on. All right, so it says maybe Jourdin, Pauline. Hey, Tylil has my phone. I'm on the way to get it back. I was all the way home too. Okay. Somebody got to call me a call back home now. Yeah, it's weird. Like, why did she send this message? It's really weird. Allegedly send this message. I'm not sure. Oh, man, let's keep going.
Follow this, the truth, the real facts. Let's go back. She texted my friend at 9:10 a.m. But what does this say? Jourdin, hold on. Let's clock our tea right now. Let's clock our tea. Your Uber got to your house that Tylil put you in at 8:40 a.m. Why did you proceed to text Tylil friend?
All right, so we went to that already with LFR. Interesting stuff, though. Interesting stuff. All right, so what I'm going to do is, first of all, big shout out to Vicky. To Vic, at Vic_Vic_ says, I've been a subscriber for a week now. Welcome to the family, man. We appreciate you. I don't know. I said, I don't know why it wouldn't let me chat earlier, but it fixed. All right, great. Happy to hear from you. Let me see if I can play this one more thing before we call it a day. Let's bring this back over here.
Got a little bit more, y'all. Just a little bit more.
I think I want to find. I think this is it right
and here. I think everybody who showed up.
I think this is the original. Is this the original? John speaks on Lil Tylil allegedly and calls out Duke Dennis. Okay.
Honestly, was like so hard to start the stream. I have so many points I want to touch on because it's going to be my for real.
So they said the original, she's in a low cut black, because this is the one where she's kind of like responding. I would hope she wouldn't have the same outfit on. Not that it matters, but she's an influencer, right? So people are asking like if she's like really famous. She's not. She's not famous at all. He's actually much more famous than she is. But let's see if we could find. Okay, let's see what we can find here. See what we could do.
What is he looking
Everybody's talking
for?
about this. Academics is talking about it. All these folks. This is huge news.
Okay, he looking at YouTube to see who's talking
about it. If the family never
it.
covered it, I wouldn't even know about it because I'm not really into pop culture like that. I'll try one more time to see if I can find it. If not, we're just gonna have to rock it out and call it a day. Big shout out to Flojo TV with a $2.99 super chat. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It may not be available on YouTube, which is what I'm searching right now. So we may have to come back to this. I do want to give her an opportunity and react to her making this allegation. So I think this one might be it, right?
I was sexually assaulted at a party, a stream reward party. And not only that, is by somebody that you fucking love. And I'm tired, bro. I'm getting tired, guys. I'm getting tired, guys.
Sit right here.
Like, literally. People are evil and malicious. And like, people think they can do anything. Like, anything. I'm literally like so disappointed in people because I think people are good people, and I always give people the benefit of the doubt. And they're evil. They're fucking evil, bro. And I'm done streaming. I'm done doing this shit, bro. Unless it's gonna be my last stream. Because people are fucking evil.
I don't know why this is being done on the internet.
Yeah, why? Why?
Yeah, you know, people do have multiple phones. I see people saying that in the chat.
Facts. Why are they doing this on the internet? If this woman was really SA, why did she not go to the police? At least with the Tylil guy, at least he went to his lawyers. I don't even think this chick here even did that. Let's get back into it.
Kind of like explain why it is that that it's possible somebody else could have had her phone. The problem that we have is that everybody puts security locks on their phones, and even if you don't put a security lock on your phone, you still have to put a security lock on your banking apps. It is impossible to have a banking app that does not have a security function. And so we have to ask ourselves, this was a one-night stand that possibly involved an SA, but there is no evidence that they knew each other on a personal level prior to the Streamy Awards. So we have to ask ourselves, how is it that he was able to get her password to, at the very least, her banking information? And if she did have a password on her main phone, how was it he was able to get that password or fingerprint or face ID to be able to access the phone? And remember, you can't just show pictures anymore. Apple and Android fixed that 5-6 years ago. These old phones with the face ID, you would be able to just show a picture and it would unlock. Now they have to see you breathing and blinking. They're set that you can't use video. You have to use an actual person, right? So whether it's a face ID, biometric, or fingerprint, how did he have access to that? And then after he's now able to enter the phone, how would he also have that additional biometric or password to access her banking app after only seeing her one night? And that's it. These are questions we have to have answered. Doesn't mean it's not possible, just questions.
Which I pointed to this earlier. I do not believe this is the first time that these two people have ever dealt with one another. Cause let's keep it a buck. What people say and what people do are always two different things.
We have to have that answered for us to figure out this case.
It's always going to be sides being chosen.
Also, we'll be looking at geolocation and the phone subpoenas, and the search warrants. Where was the phone located when this message was sent? Was the phone at her home, or was the phone at his home, or at his friend's home, or wherever else it could possibly be? Definitely a lot of work is going to go into this case.
And I'm tired. I'm literally tired, you guys. I don't deserve being treated like I'm nothing. And I'm really trying my best to not be, I want to save people in their careers and shit. And but what about me? What about my feelings? What about how I feel? Not everyone is your friend. And you guys love these people so much. You guys fucking love these people so much. And as a woman, You always get exiled, and it doesn't matter how I dress, you guys. You guys know I'm asexual. I keep my body to myself for a reason. I am a temple. I do not share myself with people, especially if I don't know them.
I know this is a little off topic, but if you are one of these women that believes that quote unquote your body is a temple, you do realize that includes abstaining yourself from premarital intercourse. Just saying.
And it's really unfair to me because I feel like I make sure that everyone is in a good position and they feel good and like, everything was innocent, and I don't care how drunk somebody is, you should never take advantage of them. My phone was stolen.
Again, I'm going to reiterate that because this is false information that's flying around the internet. I'm not talking about her right now. I'm talking in general because I want you to protect yourselves. Once again, I want you guys to protect yourself. Part of the show is to be educational with you guys, so you guys understand how the world really works, how the law really works. That is not true. You can consent to sex when you are intoxicated. You can. Okay? It's very difficult to prove whether you were incapacitated and incapable of making these decisions or not. All right? The fact that you drank alcohol does not shield you from the responsibility of saying
It doesn't.
no. Okay? If you're drunk, but you are cognizant and you say yes, let's have intercourse, it's a very difficult case to prove that you were incapable of consenting. I just want to make that clear so that when people go out, they know, you know what, if my limit is 5 drinks, maybe I should only drink 3 so that you can protect yourself, okay? Because you'll drink those 5, we'll have pictures of you dancing and kissing and having fun with the perpetrator, and then leaving with the perpetrator and holding hands with the perpetrator, and then the next day you say that, you were too drunk to consent. And then sometimes the answer will be, sorry, we cannot prosecute this case. That has happened in the real world, okay? So keep that in mind. Cherokee Girl, 5908, $2 super chat says, thanks for looking into mommy offer Gipper. I don't know what that is. I'm so sorry. What is that? I really apologize. Somebody just sent me a super chat, and I want to read out that super chat clearly, but I just can't understand what they're trying to write. Let's keep going, though. Put it in the chat, and we'll get back to that.
And broken. I had no way to get home, and I was assaulted, you guys, by someone that you guys all love. And I'm so
Fake
tired
crying, no
of this.
fake crying, no tears.
She was assaulted.
No tears, no
then,
tears.
We kind of saw evidence later, alleged evidence, that she kind of left and came back and then left again. It's kind of weird, but let's keep going.
Screaming shit, and I'm done, bro. He taped me. The reason why he stopped anyway is because I started boohoo crying, you guys. I was crying, and he taped me as I'm crying like this. He was like, why are you crying? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, because, I didn't want to, and he's like, oh, well, I'm going to talk to you again. I'm like, I don't care if you talk to me again. It doesn't matter if you talk to me again. It's the simple fact of, me not wanting to even go down that route because you have a fucking girlfriend. This isn't the first time I've been assaulted, but this is the first time I've been assaulted by someone popular and famous, I guess. And,
Whoa,
they think
what?
I'm not going to say it.
What? She's now claiming that she was a SA victim. You didn't say that in your last video. Why are you saying that now?
Because of who they are and who they know and what they do. But like I said, this is somebody.
All right, so we're going to have to end it here. I will come back and react to this in its entirety, only because I have to go to work and I got to, take care of my son. So somebody did say, I explained to you guys that in these banks.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off here, cause I got a feeling with these two, we're not going to be done anytime soon. With that being said, I thank y'all for being here. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see y'all later. Peace.